welcome back to my channel. Sas here. I'm here to do another review of 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. It was an okay episode. Next week is the last episode, and then we have a two-part reunion. Now I can't wait to see this reunion because Angela and Rebecca is going to go at it. Now what they got to go at it about? Who the oldest? How many filters they need to use? Why is this color different from the neck? I don't get it. But we're going to find out. But let's talk about this episode. And let's start with my boo, my baby daddy. Insufficient funds. But can I really call him that now, friends? Okay? Can I really call him that? Okay, well, let me ask you. So, we have Mr. Insufficient Funds. And we come to find out from the producers. The producers are like, who you texting? Honey, he had a smile on his face. And they show the phone, and it's Maria. Maria. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. You got time to talk? So we come to find out that he has been home 2 weeks from his embarrassing stay at Cancun. All right. But just a week after he got home, who hit him up? Maria. Maria sent him a text saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what happened. I apologize. We need to talk. So, of course, Insufficient Funds, honey, he was so happy. Honey, I bet you he broke his thumbs texting her back. Okay. Everything is all good now. She apologized. She feels bad. And guess what, friends? They're back together. But see, they're not just back together. He is sending her $700-800. Because see, that's what she asked for. You know, she said she got behind on her bills. So she needed about $700-800 just to, you know, pay her bills. But that wasn't enough for Caesar. Caesar was so happy that she contacted him because, you know, she loves him. She wants to get back together, okay? He sent her $2,000. It may have been $3,000. He done lost count. It ain't no big deal. So the producer was like, what? So the producer was like, so y'all back together? And he was like, yeah, we're back together. Now this is my question, friends. Okay. Where did he get $2,000 to $3,000 from? Did he have a little savings account that we don't know nothing about? Mm-hmm. How many feet is he doing at that salon? Honey, everybody in that town is coming to see Caesar. He must be doing 80 to 85 feet a day. Caesar is the king of feet. That's where he got his PhD, y'all. He got PhD in feet. He done got $2,000 to $3,000 just like that. So either he has a PhD in feet and he's a king of feet. He do 80 to 100 feet a day, or he had a little nest egg, you know, snuggle somewhere to be sending this woman $2,000 to $3,000 in just 2 weeks. Now, I told myself I was going to rip his head from his shoulders. But then I sit there and I looked at him. And he legitimately looked happy being a fool. He legitimately looked happy being Boo Boo the Clown. He legitimately looked happy being used. So who am I to say anything about his happiness? And plus, as we know, Caesar is a little special. Okay? He's special. Now, I think Caesar walked into a wall at least twice a day. I think Caesar put the right shoe on the left foot and the left shoe on the right foot. He got orthopedic shoes, y'all. That's what I think. Caesar wear his jeans above his belly button. I can't say too much about Caesar. Let me leave Caesar alone. If Caesar is happy spending his $2,000 to $3,000 on this woman, so be it. Who am I to say any different? So, his friend Jeremy meets up with Caesar to have some coffee. And Caesar is smiling from ear to ear. So Jeremy was like, okay, well, what happened? I know about Mexico. What's happened now? And so Caesar says, well, I'm back with Maria. We are back together. I'm happy. And guess what, friend? She wants to meet up in Cuba. I'm going to let y'all marinate on that for about 2 seconds. Cuba. That's what he said. So the friend is looking at him like, how are we friends? That's right, Jeremy. How are you friends with this clown? I don't get it. There is no way I could be friends with Caesar. He would give me a headache and he would stress me out with his foolishness. This woman have done lied to you so many times. And now all of a sudden she wants to go to Cuba. So his friend is like, you sure about that? Look at what happened. It's been 5 years. You ain't never met her. She stood you up in Mexico and now you want to meet her in Cuba. And his friend said, Caesar is the most gullible person I have ever met. Gullible. He said, I ain't never seen anything like it. And his friend said, listen, okay, I'm not going to talk you out of this, so I give you my support. More power to you. I wish you well. And Caesar was like, yeah, I know that you have your doubts, but hey, man, I love her. I want to dance. Y'all, did y'all see when he started dancing? I wanted to drop kick my TV. Let's see if you're going to be dancing in Cuba. I said, y'all. Y'all, that's Caesar. Boo-boo the clown. Insufficient funds. See, I don't know if I can call him insufficient funds now, y'all. Because he miraculously got $2,000 to $3,000. Just like that. So, Caesar got some funds from somewhere. Alright, let's move on. Alright, I'm going to make these two couples real quick. First, let's talk about Avery and Omar. Now, Avery, she's on her way to speak to a lawyer. She's with her mom. Now, when she walked into the lawyer's office, she had a smile on her face. When she left, honey, she was crying, snot flying, honey. That lawyer hurt her feelings and broke her heart real quick, fast, within 5 minutes. So she told the lawyer, she said, listen, okay, I want to apply for a visa. My husband, he's Syrian. And she went through all of that. And honey, the lawyer looked at her real quick and said, it ain't going to happen. Okay, there's a travel ban. All right, your husband is not going to be able to come over to the United States. You do realize he's from Syria. So, of course, Avery was like, well, he's well educated. He's a dentist. He don't have a criminal history. And so the lawyer was like, well, that's great. That's fantastic. Still ain't going to happen. Okay. It's a travel ban. See, your man is from Syria. He's Syrian. It's a travel ban. He said, but I ain't going to give you, no hope. There is hope. I can apply for a waiver. All right. See, he got her hopes up just a little bit. And then he shot her down again. Honey, he blew her in the kneecaps. He was like, now I'll go ahead and apply for this waiver. But just so you know, less than 5% of people who apply for this waiver get accepted. I said, child. Honey, you might as well have drop kicked her in the face and then spit on her. Bottom line is, friends, the lawyer said, we can work on getting this visa, okay? But it's a good chance it's not going to happen. He ain't coming over here, all right? And the only way he's going to make his way over here is if that waiver goes through and if Jesus signs it himself, okay? It is a long, drawn-out process. He said that it could take up to a year before any of this will work out. So, Avery, heartbroken, she goes over and she meets up with the grandmother and her brother, and she's talking to her mom, and she's just all tore up. Listen here, okay? This girl is 19 years old, all right? And she chose to marry a man from another country like Syria, all right? And I guess she thought in her head that he's going to be coming over to the United States within 3 months, and she's going to go over there to, Syria and live happily ever after. Not going to happen. But I tell you what she could do. She could spend this energy in finding a job. Do she have a job, y'all? Do Avery have a job? Instead of her filling out K-1 visa applications, she need to be filling out applications for a job. This girl needs a job. This girl needs a hobby. She needs something to occupy her mind. Okay, get a job, Avery. Get a job. Okay, now let's move on to Rebecca and Zed. Under 2 minutes. All right, Rebecca finally told Zed that she is technically still married. Okay. So Zed, he's pissed off, all right? He's mad. He was like, why didn't you tell me? I'm upset by this. You do know I'm Arabic, right? I'm an Arabic man, all right? And we don't do well with, falling in love and want to marry and want to date a married woman, because technically you still married. See, in America, okay, you are still married. So here's Rebecca. Oh, God, I think I'm going to throw up. So she goes into the bathroom, acting like she's throwing up. She come out with that red nose looking like Rudolph. I was like, girl, shut up. Okay? So, Zed, he's asking all kinds of questions. And she was like, listen, Gus, technically I'm still married, but we both signed the divorce papers. It just haven't went through yet. So, yes, I'm still married, but I really ain't. So, Zed is like, well, how long is the process going to take? You both signed the papers. And she was like, yes, his name is on it, my name is on it. And so he was like, well, how long is the process? And she was like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe a week or so. It should all be done. I will be divorced. I will no longer be technically married. I will be with you. And so she was like, are you still upset with me? I love you. And so she asked him, she says, do you love me? And so after some hesitation, he says, yes. Okay, good. Okay. I am tired of Zed and Rebecca. Okay. So now everything is out in the open. All right. He forgives her. She understands that, he may or may not have a job, whatever. Okay. Kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy. All right. So Zed and Rebecca at this moment are still together. Okay. All right. Let's move on. All right. Let's talk about Neutron and Jennifer. Jennifer is in the middle of a photo shoot. She got a cute little jogging set going on. Neutron, he's babysitting. And he was like, listen, Jennifer wasn't too happy about that ring. In fact, Jennifer called it trash. Jennifer let it be known she did not want your recycled ex-girlfriend's ring. So what's she going to do? She let him know. She said, I am going to wear that on my middle finger just so you'll know F you. How dare you? Okay. She also tells him that she would love a emerald cut diamond. Okay, that's what she wants. Something bigger, something better. So he was like, oh God, I'm going to have to, step up. Oh God. Okay. So he was like, of course, I messed up yet again. All right. So then they both come to the conclusion that neither one of them are ready to get married. So she's happy with the promise ring. She was like, not in a rush. I will wear this little promise ring on my middle finger. And yes, we are not ready for marriage. Okay. His time there is coming to an end. It is the night before. It is the day before he leaves. And he tells her, he was like, oof, I hope you're ready for tonight. Okay. And so she was like, what? What? What's happening tonight? And so he was like, he says, I leave tomorrow, so tonight I'm going to leave here with a bang. That's what he said, friends. He said with a bang. And so she was like, ooh, yeah, so I got vapors. So we get cut to the scene. It was the next morning. Okay, she's like morning. She was like, ooh, I need to make me some coffee. Now let me tell you something, friends. It wasn't nothing banging. Honey, I can tell you what wasn't banging. That headboard up against that wall. Honey, Neutron. Now, Neutron, they did not have sex. They didn't have sex. And he had a little bit of an attitude about it. Okay? He tried to blame Jennifer. He says, you know, I'm a little agitated that you fell asleep. You went to sleep early. And so she was like, listen, I sure did. She said, I waited for him to make a move. She said, I waited for him to do something. And he didn't make a move, so I fell asleep. All right there with you, Jennifer. But what did you expect her to do? How long you expect? She done waited 2 weeks. She has waited 2 weeks for you to make a move. And now on the last night she fall asleep and you mad, talking about why you fall asleep. Neutron, something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you. Now, in my comments, I asked, what's wrong with Neutron? Now, I got several answers. Gay. Somebody said he was transgender. Somebody said he was impotent. Okay. Now, somebody said he's bisexual. Alright. So then somebody said, it was a guy that said, well, maybe she got a funky coochie. Well, I have to disagree, sir. Because you'll have to get close enough to the coochie to know if it stank or not. Has he even got close enough to it? I mean, has he even did the swipe method? I probably not. I don't buy that one bit. Alright. And then what about the poking method? Alright. He come talking about she fell asleep. Now y'all know the poking method. When you laying there about to go to sleep or asleep and you feel something in the lower part of your back and you get that little you get that little poke. They're like, come on. It's like, go on now. That's what you tell them at first. You like, go on now. And then they get a little bit closer. And then they do the little double pump, the double poke. You just lay in there and then they go, boom, boom. And you're like, oh, stop. Stop it. And then they do the double poke plus a little kiss on the back of the neck and it's a wrap. That's when you're like, stop it. Okay. I mean, you don't know nothing about the poke Neutron. Boy, you ain't doing it right. You are not doing it right. Y'all, there's something wrong with Neutron. I really don't know what it is. I don't know if he's gay. I don't know if he's bisexual. I don't know if he's impotent. But there's something wrong with a straight man who goes to Colombia to be with a woman that he says he loves, and he does not have sex with her. There's something wrong there, okay? And it took him 3 days to kiss her. She takes him to the airport, and they kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy, and off he goes. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Angela and Michael. This is real short and sweet, okay? Angela and Michael, they are going to their engagement party. Is that what that was? His family threw them an engagement party. They were dressed up in Nigerian gear. And, you know, Angela looked happy. Michael looked happy. What's the friends there, y'all? I couldn't even tell if some of the friends was there. But anyway, Angela brings up about her, you know, not being able to have a baby, what the fertility, you know, doctor said. She didn't want to break Michael's mom's heart, so she tells Michael's mom that she has a beautiful uterus, but that somehow, some way, they will, have a baby. She didn't come out and say that she's not going to be able to carry a child. She did not tell Michael's mom that. She didn't want to hurt her feelings. They throwing her this little engagement party, so she didn't want to hurt her feelings, so she did not tell her that her eggs look like flowers. So that's it for Angela and Michael. I'm done with them. I'm done with Angela and Michael. We all know that Angela cannot have a child. Okay? Her daughter is not going to carry a child for her. Okay? So, give it up. Alright? Unless y'all adopt, you're not going to have a child. Alright? Let's move on from them too. I'm tired of them. Okay? So, Tom and Darcy, they went out and they had dinner. And, Darcy, she's leaving the next day, and she's upset about that. And so Tom, he's like, I've really enjoyed your visit here. I mean, we've done, had some little bumps in the road. Of course, they flash back to Darcy's breakdowns, all her crying and snot flying, okay, just looking like a whole fool, okay. But Tom said, it's okay, all right. You make me happy. All right. Now, this whole time, Tom has yet to tell Darcy that he loves her. Darcy say it all the time. Tom ain't said it yet. But on that particular day, he looked at Darcy and he says, I love you. Okay. I'm in love with you. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Of course, Darcy, she was happy. And he was like, I got something for you. Okay, so he pulls out this cute little box, and y'all know Darcy, honey, her vagina was going la 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 la. Her vagina was vibrating, child. And he pulls out this box, and so he hands it to her, and she opens it, and it was a key. It was a key to his house. And so she was like, oh, honey, that vagina dried up real quick. Let me stop. So, of course, Darcy, she wanted a ring. She didn't get no ring. She got love you, but she didn't get no ring. But she got a key to his home. This whole time she wanted to see his house. Well, now she has a key. So, there you go. But of course she was, disappointed. So, he took her to the airport, and they were saying their byes, and they was kissing and hugging, and she was upset. She was like, I am going to miss this man. I love this man. And so he leaves, and he was outside talking to the producers, and he goes running back in. I mean, he goes running back in, very officer and gentleman, 80s romantic movie moment. And he grabs her, and he kisses her, and he says, I love you. And I was like, oh, so sweet. Why don't y'all like Tom? Lima Beamer don't like Tom. She was like, girl, I don't like Tom. Lima, you don't like Tom, Ken. I like Tom. I do. I like him. But anyway, it was a very sweet moment. Of course, she was happy, and she left on a good note, and he seemed happy as well. So anyway, let's move on. All right, let's talk about Keeney and Benjamin, last and least. All right, so we know that Benjamin, he is in front of Keeney's mom, dad, sister, brother, aunt, dog, cat, chicken, everybody's there, okay? So, he has Keeney, the father, come back in, all right? So, Benjamin, he is presenting his gift, the bridal price. We still don't know what the bridal price is, okay? We just know from Keeney that Benjamin is lowballing it, all right? Keeney has already told Benjamin, you're going to have to negotiate. Okay, you're going to have to negotiate with my dad Benjamin didn't hear that. It's in one ear and out the other. And plus, you can't negotiate when you're broke. What you gonna negotiate with? What's 0 times 0? He ain't got nothing to negotiate with. Because the way they talk like the bridal price is in the thousands. Okay? Benjamin don't even have 1,000. So, Benjamin presented a envelope to the mother and the father. So Benjamin was like, listen, this is all I have. Okay. And it's like $600 in American money, which is very low to them in Kenya. So the father was not pleased. In fact, he says, this is not acceptable at all. Usually they come at us with a whole lot more money. Our daughter is educated. We are a good family, okay? Everybody wants to come to our family. The way the father sounds like, honey, there's men lined up on the edge of that dirt street. Wanting to get in on this family, honey. They the A1 be all end all family. Okay, and you coming up in here with $600, boy, if you don't go and kick one of them bricks outside our house. So, Benjamin says that's all I have, okay? Now, we know Benjamin's story. Benjamin broke, okay? He got child support. He don't make that much money. He got to pay his ex-wife some money. I mean, it's just a whole mess, all right? So, this is it. So, the father, of course, was not pleased, okay? Kenny looked like she was just kicked in the gut, all right? Now, he done bought this family groceries. He done bought this family 24-pack of waters. And now his $600 ain't good enough. So Benjamin had to come up with a plan real quick. So Benjamin was like, listen, okay. Now, let me just tell you what we do in America. Now, when you don't have enough money for something, you pay on it. Like a payment plan. Layaway. Like here at Walmart. Okay, so technically what happens that he laid away Akini because he told Akini's father, I don't have that much money now, but I can send you money until we pay up the bridal price. So the father thought about it and was like, okay, we will do that. That's something we don't usually do, but I will accept it, okay? You have my, permission to marry my daughter or whatever, he said. So Akini and Benjamin are now married in Kenya. They cut cake. They had fun. They sung a little song. Everything is so good. Okay, everything is good in the hood, right? Okay, so they're outside. And so the producer's like, okay, so Akini, what's the bridal price? Akini said, I don't know. So the producer said, Benjamin, how much is the bridal price? And here's Benjamin. I don't know. I'm just going to send money. We really didn't talk about that. I really don't know. So it was the next morning. Okay? All right? Benjamin and Akini are technically married now in Kenya. So you know what that means. That means that he could take that headboard and shove it through that wall. Honey, he needs to call up Timothy and tell him how it's done because Benjamin didn't have no problem in breaking Akini's back, honey. The producer was like, oh, well, how was it? Akini was like, oh, okay, it was good, And here's Benjamin. Benjamin was like, are you doing okay this morning? And she was like, yeah, I'm doing good. And so he was like, well, how was my performance? And so she said something like it was fair or it was okay or something like that, she said. So then he tells Akini, he asked Akini, he was like, so what is the bridal price? Akini said, Benjamin, I don't know. You have to ask my dad. I told you to negotiate with him. Okay, you're going to have to ask my father. I don't know what the bridal price is. Okay, you will probably be paying for me for the rest of your life. And instead of Benjamin asking the father, well, how much do I owe? How much is the bridal price? He never did. He's just going to be sending this man $5, $10, $15, $20, $25, $30 every month. What is wrong with him? Honey, Akini's dad could be Akini's worth $50,000. That's how much she's worth. So you're going to be paying me $50,000 until you die. So, I mean, just really slow. And I was like, bitch, why didn't you just ask this man how much the bridal price is? And that's exactly what Akini said. Akini said, I don't know what the bridal price is. You're going to have to ask my father. I'm done with it. So, they go out to dinner in a real nice restaurant. I said, now that's cute. So they're going out to dinner, and Benjamin, it's the night before he leaves. And so he was talking about how his family is going to be picking him up. And so Akini was like, oh yeah, what did they say about us getting married? And so Benjamin said, they don't know. And it hurt her feelings. And she said, what do you mean they don't know? And he was like, well, I haven't had a chance to tell them. This is something you don't say over the phone. You say face to face. And she was like, don't even give me that. She was like, he stay on his phone. And he cannot tell his family that me and him are married, you know, here in Kenya. And she was like, no, that does not fly. Was he ashamed of me? Okay, I feel like that what we are doing is not worthy. She feels like that he is not happy about the marriage, that he's hiding it, you know, because she was like, you know, my family, I told everybody, I would tell everybody. Why isn't he telling his family about about them being married, okay? And it hurt her feelings. And so he was like, you know, I just want to tell him face to face. And she was like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? And he was like, I love you. She was like, boy, shut up. Okay. So the waiter comes out, and it looked like he had 2 pizzas, child. And she said, boss it up. Honey, she was so upset she couldn't eat. I said, Lord, have mercy, not the food. So, of course, you know, Benjamin was like, oh, my God. So they boxed up the food, and, you know, off they go, and Akini is upset. So, that's it, y'all. That is it, all right? Let me know what you all think. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.